new from Google Translate? Same old method for 200 years. Here's a new idea. The network is called Fabricus, and apparently it's hooked up into Google's machine, if you will, in Google's Translate, and it'll be able to decipher hieroglyphs. Now, initial thought there, looking at it, you could take and rub over and copy a piece of this and then keep it, but it has to be real high contrast, and you saw her slide the bar over and it made everything change to real high contrast black and white, and then put it through the translator. The translator said, well, does this letter come after it, or this, that, and the other, and it gives you a definition of it. So you might be able to go through hieroglyphics by actually clipping and taking a picture. Now, I don't know if we could take this picture that starts the whole article or not and change it to black and white and throw it at it and see if it would tell us all the hieroglyphs that are written on this in order like they're supposed to. But it would be interesting to find out what would happen, or if it would, maybe Google would tell you what it wants to say. If anybody saw my videos last year about ancient Attic Greek sources being transposed and rented through Google Translator, you'd be surprised at what came out. But let's look at this. Google launches AI Cyber Rosetta Stone for hieroglyphic translations. Google, the American multinational technology giant, built around a search engine that specializes in internet-related services and products, gets most of its profits from online advertising. Recently, the company released a breakthrough Cyber Rosetta Stone software tool. This incredible smart machine learning tool, called Fabricus, is intelligent enough to decode ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and to translate messages into hieroglyphs for sharing on social media. Google's Cyber Rosetta Stone is a new idea for communicating in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs in our modern social media driven world. And because it looks a lot like emojis and things, that's kind of a neat idea. And you could pass messages to your friend that were in ancient Egypt, and then he retranslated back, and it's like a kid having a secret code that we used to use, or something along that line, or just do it in fun. The Rosetta Stone is a key to translating Egyptian hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphics are sacred carvings or pictorial systems of symbols representing a writing system, and each of the individual pictures or hieroglyphics can be read as either a standalone picture, as a symbol for a picture, or as a symbol representing a sound that works off phonetics, like the ancient Phoenicians and stuff. And we look at ancient Sumerian, and before that they had ideograms and things that were very much similar to this. But then came out of it cuneiform, and the Sumerians also had cuneiform. According to an article in the Daily Mail, Google's Cyber Rosetta Stone is called Fabricus, an artificial intelligent hieroglyphics translator that can decipher ancient Egyptian symbols. This revolutionary machine learning tool is providing experts with a fast, accurate way to decode hieroglyphics by simply uploading their files to Google. Something sounds fishy a little bit about that, always. So here we look at the piece of the Rosetta Stone, and even though the top's been knocked off of it pretty much, they were able to figure out, well, it's in 3 different speeches, and they know what this one is. Therefore, they understood what demotic meant, And in doing so, they understand some of the Egyptian words, and were able to finally decipher ancient Egyptian. The launch of Fabricus coincides with the July 1799 AD anniversary of the discovery of the Rosetta Stone by French soldiers near the town of Rosetta, about 35 miles away from Alexandria in Egypt. The Rosetta Stone has fragments of the same passage written in 3 different scripts: Greek, Egyptian hieroglyphs, and the Egyptian Demotic script. Since scholars could understand ancient Greek, the Rosetta Stone became the revolutionary key for deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs. Building the Cyber Rosetta Stone, though, Google's new Fabricus hieroglyphics translator tool is available to academics and research institutions and everyone else interested in communicating with Egyptian symbols. With Fabricus, anyone can learn about and write in the ancient Egyptian language in a fun and interactive way. Essentially, anyone can type a message with Google's Cyber Rosetta Stone to get an instant hieroglyphic translation that can be shared on social media and communication platforms. So you can actually just type in, "Hello, how are you doing?" And then on the other side, it's going to show what that would look like in hieroglyphs. You can clip, copy, and paste that, and it will show it in that. And if somebody knows about this program, they could grab that and go, "What the hell does that mean?" Clip, paste, put it in there, and it'll spit out on the other side, "Hi, how are you doing?" You can start having a little conversation. It's just one way of doing it. And I'm not sure it works the way that I think that it does, but even they show it here in the little pictograph where they've captured a certain hieroglyphic set, and then they highlight it like it did in the video, and then say, "Yeah, that's real contrasty, it should work," and they send it off to them. And of course, here's bird symbols like Horus, a symbol that looks like a head like Nefertiti symbols, and so on. And they're saying, well, this plus that equals these words, and so on. So there's a dual translation because it transposes into a Egyptian word, but then there's the Egyptian word for what we understand in English. So it's doing a double role here, and out of pictures too. So that's kind of amazing. Makes you wonder what kind of things they could come up with that, or have already done so perhaps. However, even in the fun of using this advanced AI tool fades, Egyptian culture enthusiasts will likely use it as an immense learning experience for drawing their own hieroglyphs. Then they can upload their drawings and see if Fabricus can identify them from its database of ancient hieroglyphs. So you could actually do this yourself and then copy paste it into there and see if it'll recognize it. And that would say that, well, you're doing it in the right style, right? This tool was envisioned as a way of bringing people closer to ancient Egyptian heritage and culture by highlighting the importance of the preserving of hieroglyphs as a language. And shown recently, they've proven the genetics through it. And of course, if you just look up blue-eyed Egyptians, you'll see that they were Caucasians from the pre-dynastic times. Wow, here's a new $2 bill, and it right to bear arms version, a Second Amendment version of it that they've all colored up nice. That's cool. I wonder what the other side looks like. Huh. Calling hieroglyphics emojis is a step too far, they say. Chance Conager, program manager at Google's Arts and Culture, said in a recent blog post that until recently, Egyptologists had to manually dig through many books to translate and decipher the ancient Egyptian symbol language. Fabricus is the first publicly accessible digital translation tool aimed at the study of ancient languages. The Google manager said that the easiest way to understand hieroglyphics is to imagine they are the ancient Egyptian equivalent to emojis. But it is important to be skeptical of such buzzy, headline-grabbing claims. And of course they say it, and then in the headline they say it's not. So you can see here where they can say that a square makes P, and the thing that looks like a Bubba Smollett noose somewhat is a O, because it makes an O on it. T is a half a sunset going down. Le is Leo. M is a mastaba type thing. Feathers. But you can put that together and make words out of it. But there's also conglomerate words. And I wonder if they have it figured out to where that has all the extra words that have multi-syllables. For some of those are actually conglomerate words where you put two words together just like it is in English, but whenever you put them together, it becomes a separate word. For computer programmers, hieroglyphics can be simplified to a series of clear-cut, well-defined codes in a database that can be queried. In this way, Egypt's ancient Egyptian communication style is almost the opposite of a string of emojis. An emoji is a visual symbol which refines one concept into an image, for example, happy, sad, or confused. On the other hand, ancient hieroglyphs convey many concepts, thoughts, impressions, and sounds. And I wonder if they're going to have all of that in the database. And the meaning of one symbol changes when it is interpreted in context with the other symbols surrounding it. And that's something that they had to learn over time, because they'd get along here and all of a sudden it wouldn't make any sense. And they'd have to figure it out. Well, it says the same thing over here. Well, you figured over here it meant this. Well, yeah, it does. Okay, maybe over here it means that too. And no, oh, okay, so there's different impressions going on. Learn, play, and work with Google Fabricus AI. Fabricus essentially decodes Egyptian hieroglyphics with machine learning based on Google's Cloud Auto ML version technologies. This easy-to-use online tool has three main sections: learn, play, and work. To begin with, users trace hieroglyphics with their cursors to activate the machine learning software based on a short 6-step introduction that guides the user into a colorful world of Egyptian hieroglyphs. So it's just maybe something different than you can just use it in translator as a choice. In Fabricus's learning mode, a user uploads an image of the hieroglyph to Google's machine learning platform, where its geometric composition is instantly compared to a database of more than 800 different hieroglyphic symbols. In play mode, users translate their own words and messages into hieroglyphics, which can be shared with family, friends, and followers. Social media channels such as Twitter and WhatsApp. Work mode, designed especially for academics and scholars, is only available as a desktop application for researchers to perform hieroglyphic translations. So they have a little stripped down version right there that's basically just one-on-one and had to be local based, and it can't be something that's accessed constantly. Anyhow, I don't even know what you think about this, guys. What you think about them making a translator for it here? And I don't know. I haven't really thought through the upsides and downsides of it in any way. Upsides is you get people to start understanding Egyptian hieroglyphs more and more. Downside is, I don't know. They're controlling what it says out of that translator, which may not correlate exactly to what it originally said too. In fact, they allude to that right there in the situation. But let me know what y'all think, and like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy, and we'll get on to more and start spitting out some Google Translator. All my stuff down the bottom is going to be now hieroglyphics, guys. I can't wait.